Talking with the experts.
In episode 350, Natalie Kehren shares with us that using journaling and meditation to tap into our full potential can help business owners who are feeling overwhelmed. So I guess what meditation can do can help with those sort of thoughts.
Yeah, it can really quiet those thoughts, especially when it's all about retraining our brains. And we can do that in a meditative state and in a meditative space. I really love to offer guided meditations. I find that the visualization can really help clients, especially if you have trouble meditating. But it can really unlock different parts of your brain that quiet down that little voice on your shoulder, and undo a lot of the conditioning that women face. And this is like a whole other topic, when it comes to women and how they've been conditioned. So that's why I work with women solely, because of just how much conditioning we face. I am a woman. I'm so passionate about that and having to break those barriers down within myself and then helping women to do the same.
Welcome to Talking with the Experts. This is where we discuss great ideas to take your business to the next level. How do we know these ideas work? Well, it's because we're talking with business owners who are using these ideas. Business owners who have years of experience and expertise. All things business by business owners for business owners. And now, here is your host, Rose Davidson.
Hello and welcome to Talking with the Experts. I'm your host, Rose Davidson from rosedavidson.com. Talking with the Experts is about all things business by business owners for business owners. You can find it on all good podcasting streaming platforms and on YouTube. Today, my guest is Natalie Kehren. And Natalie is going to discuss with us how using journaling and meditation helps to tap into your full potential as a business owner. Now, many entrepreneurs and business owners can feel overwhelmed or unsure of their direction and whether they are just starting out or they've been in business for a few years. Journaling and meditation can help unlock new ideas, tap into your full potential, and uncover new ways to serve your clients and communities. Now, Natalie is a Canadian holistic life coach and spiritual energy specialist whose mission is to help women unlock their true potential by finding their voices, facing their past and present traumas, and clearing their inner debris and rubbish and stuff in order to make the world a better place. Welcome, Natalie, and thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to have this conversation with you and talk about entrepreneurship and business and what that means when it comes from a holistic perspective.
Yeah, so how can we use holistic practices in our lives to better our businesses?
Well, I really feel that entrepreneurship, you are essentially your business. So it's a whole spiritual journey on and within yourself, your mindset, how you feel about yourself every day, aligning with your goals, and where you're focusing your energy. I work a lot and specialize in energy. So um, when I work with my clients, whether they're entrepreneurs, which most of them are, or not, this journey really embodies using specific practices that help you gain clarity on your next steps and how to take the next action step forward to really embody your dreams, your big goals, and reach your highest potential in every way. Even though we're reaching our highest potential just in our business and in our entrepreneurship pursuits, um, it really encompasses and flows into every other area of our life. So these practices are really here to help each and every one of us to align with our goals and create that focus.
So you focus mainly on counselling and bodywork and especially energy healing. So, you use a lot of chakra balancing, spiritual counselling and aromatherapy. Oh, I love aromatherapy. And you integrate, those with wholesome techniques that best serve your clients. So what are some of the techniques other than the ones I've mentioned that you use that can help with, women in business bettering and getting these, wonderful ideas?
hmm I work a lot with meditation. I find that that's such a powerful tool to unlock the brain in different areas, and unlock different parts of our bodies that really stores some fundamental core beliefs that can seriously hold us back in business. We don't really understand that they're there usually. So it's about creating that awareness within the subconscious mind of what stories we're listening to. And it's not necessarily stories that we hear from other people. Yes, those stories and those voices can have an impact on us, especially if they're negative and especially if they come from people close to us. But really, if they fuel and match a subconscious belief that we've personally held within our mind since we were younger, our whole lives, it can really impact our success and how we feel about ourselves and our business. So this creates a fog. This creates a really messy conversation that we have internally with ourselves that can, oh my God, what's the word? Just hold us back. That's the best thing.
Mm,
Put it almost like we're in chains.
yeah. Yeah, as women, we hold a lot of imposter syndrome and feelings of inadequacy, and not only because that's how we've been conditioned most of our lives, but it's just you got that itty shitty bitty little devil on your shoulder, the
Mhm.
ego, telling you that who are you to be doing all these things. And, so I guess what meditation can do can help with those sort of thoughts.
Yeah, it can really quiet those thoughts, especially when it's all about retraining our brains. And we can do that in a meditative state and in a meditative space. I really love to offer guided meditations. I find that the visualization can really help clients, especially if you have trouble meditating. Um, but it can really unlock different parts of your brain that quiet down that little voice on your shoulder, and undo a lot of the conditioning that women face. And this is like a whole other topic, when it comes to women and how they've been conditioned. So that's why I work with women solely because, um, of just how much conditioning we face. I am a woman. I'm so passionate about that and having to break those barriers down within myself and then helping women to do the same. So that conditioning plays a huge, huge role in this all.
Yeah, so you've got an 8-step and a 12-step one-on-one healing program. Do you want to explain about, how that works and what's involved?
Yeah, so my 8-step method is really um, quite a magical program. I developed it a few years ago in a very trance-like state and used a lot of what I knew helped me overcome a lot of my personal what's the best word?
Demons.
Demons. That's a great experiences, trauma that we all face. Thank you for that. And this eight step program is really there as my signature program to do exactly what we talked about, infuse it with all the holistic practices, use a lot of meditation and journaling, and work deeply with me on one-on-one sessions where we tap into your energy field and really see what's there. Where are these memories and voices stored in your body? How can we release them and change them to something new? And how can you really sit in the driver's seat of your life and be the creator of your life? That is more than possible. I've seen that time and time again with my clients. I've seen it with myself. um, when you can sit there and walk into your power, which often seems to be a lot more scary than just sitting there and riding the wave and being in the passenger seat while your subconscious is in the driver being like, this is where we're going today, and you're fighting for the wheel the whole time. I just help you get into that wheel with a lot of ease and gentle, a lot of nurturing. I really do believe that energy is, when not focused on in healing, is kind of the missing link. You'll always be like falling backwards somehow, or a scenario will happen, or or an experience will happen where you'll get triggered, and everything comes flooding back in. So I really put in ritual and ceremony to release parts of yourself that are connected to, um, your current experiences, maybe your some past life experiences, if you really want to go there, depending on what comes up for each client. And then we have a beautiful rebirth ceremony at the end. And this program has just been such a magical piece in my life and in the lives of many others. I feel so blessed to be able to offer that. And the 12 step is really becoming the master of your life. So it's the graduate program. You can't just really jump into that one. You have to do the 8 step first, but the 12 step is really quite powerful if you want to be the master and really refine everything.
Sounds fascinating.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Have you written a book on any of this stuff?
No, I haven't written a book. You know, why do everybody keeps saying that to me? I have to tell you that. This is like the second or third time just this week someone has said that to me. So
Must be a
maybe
sign.
I know, and I'm just taking that as a sign. And I've always thought like maybe I'll write a book one day. No, probably not. And then now it's really coming into my life. So I've devoted my life and my self to really being totally in devotion to service of humanity and what they need and what women need, and just being a vessel for all of that energy to come through. So if a book's meant to be written, I'll get started.
Yeah, I think the universe is telling you something.
I think so, maybe, yeah.
So you're about to launch some additional products in your healing shop as a.
Yeah.
You want to tell us about all that?
I can tell you that I'd love to share. So I have 3 things that I've launched in my healing shop that I think are really beautiful. One is a reminder. It's a reminder of the journey, the darkness, the light, and finding the keys to your magic and your light and within your darker experiences, your darker journey, which is really what I help guide women through. It's a key pin, and you can put it anywhere. You can put it on your purse, you can put it on your pants, you can put it on your shirt. And it's just a reminder on those days that hopefully when you catch a glimpse in the mirror and you see it, that you know that you're really just overcoming the darkness and finding the keys to your light. So it's meant to be a piece of symbolic inspiration. Then I have one journal. We changed the recent launch of that was supposed to be a journal into a workbook. And the first journal I have is a moon journal. So it's just blank pages, but it gives you guidance along the moon of when to journal, how to journal, what each moon phase means. So you can really maximize that experience within yourself because women are directly connected to the moon. So this is a beautiful journal to just connect there and really have your voice heard and really create from that space, which is really deeply empowering from an energetic level. And the last thing I launched is a workbook. So if you're looking for a deeper transformational journey, it's a prompt book with meditations, with ceremonies, and basically a mini course from inspired from my 8-step program. So you can do it yourself. I give you access to my free meditations and recommendations on which ones to do when for each module. And yeah, it has beautiful illustrations, and I'm just so excited to share it with the world.
Sounds really great. I think so. Where can people find these 3 new launch products?
You can find them on my website at nataliekehren.com. And it's all linked through an Etsy shop. Right now, the 2 are available. The workbook is on pre-order, coming probably at the end of mid-October, end of September. And yeah, easy as that. You can find me a lot on Instagram. That's where I am. That's my house, Natalie.Kehren.
Not a lot of people that I talk to on a lot on Instagram, but yeah, it is a great platform if you've got, I guess, that way inclined. Because it's so pictorial, where a lot of people that I know are on LinkedIn or Facebook. So yeah, but yeah, most people hang out in their website. So yeah, it's good to know that someone's using Instagram for what it's meant to be used for.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, we won't go anywhere else.
No, we won't. That's a whole other podcast.
Absolutely. So you have come from, a very difficult, I guess, childhood and into young adulthood. But you know, and you come from a toxic work culture in a place that you worked at. How did you overcome all of those challenges?
Mm, that I have to say it sometimes feels like a lifetime ago because of the depth of how much I really desired to not let any of that hold me back anymore in my life now. Um, and I love saying that. I'm really proud to say that. Um, how I overcame it exactly and honestly, what I offer to women is through meditation, through journaling, through discovering what lied in my subconscious, through what's in my energy field, what chakras are open, what are closed, aromatherapy to help me get through certain days that when my mind was just scattered everywhere, to bring me back to the present moment. Meditation saved me. Um, Eating healthily and changing my lifestyle habits, everything. I dedicated my life to what works and what doesn't. And everything that worked, I give it to every client. And this is what makes me so passionate.
Mm.
But yeah, I really wish I had somebody who just held the torch for me, the
Mm.
torch of light through those dark moments, um, just to make things just a little bit easier. But I don't think that that was part of my journey because I had to learn so deeply what that meant so that I could do what I do now, so that I can hold the torch for others.
Yeah, that's
Um,
what I was trying to get at, that, you know, why you're so passionate about it, and you answered the question beautifully. Thank you so much for sharing.
oh, anytime.
So I guess, you know, moving on from, you know, your life and, you know, how you came to do what you do, what other things do you offer?
So I really offer one-on-one sessions. I offer free meditation, and I just am one of those coaches that likes to be a support tool always. I always tell my clients that even when we're in between sessions, you can message me with something if something's going on, or there's no time limit. One big value I have it in what do I offer and how I offer it is that I don't rush you through 8 steps. I can't. It's simply impossible. So um I really just am in flow with your timing and your journey and honestly what the energy is presenting as. And sometimes people are just not ready for like 6 weeks on one step. They're just need
Mhm.
to be there. They need to sit in it. They need to discover more before they can move forward. So um I offer, I think, more patience than maybe most coaches, and just a nurturing space that I hold.
Yeah, so when you're not coaching, you lead a parent and toddler group at your son's school. So tell me
Mhm.
about, you know, what you do there, and how does it help the children?
Well, it's another passion of mine. It's one of those big goals that I have in my life. I worked a lot with children when I was in my adolescence and growing up. It really fueled me, really brought me so much joy. And I believe that it starts with children. It starts with conscious, mindful, beautiful parenting. And I just bring that into the parent and talk class. I bring meditation to the parents. I bring mindful practices to the parents, and conscious awareness to the parent and child relationship and how that can really be um, expanded into a relationship that can be such a beautiful dynamic.
Mhm. Yes, it does start with the children, and if they have a loving upbringing, then they will be loving adults, and the cycle of abuse will be broken.
Yeah, so it's stopping that generational patterning, which is something that I devoted myself and still do every day to not. When I raise my son, I'm expecting another one in about 8 weeks. So, that dynamic.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. The sibling dynamic, I grew up with such competition and jealousy, and I want to cut that. Now I'm not bringing that into my children's world. And It's really honestly all moving towards a space of oneness and respecting this tiny little human who we conditioned because we were conditioned. Um, and parenting is the most challenging, beautiful, wild journey that a person can be on. But a mother, what I love to do in terms of the mother and the parent is that the mother is dies and is reborn every time a child is born physically. So the postpartum journey is such a delicate period in terms of a woman's transformation and what that means to her. So that parent and taught class also embodies a lot of that and focusing on the mother, because if the mother is well, then the child is well.
Mm.
And I feel like society has really lost that. The mother gives birth to the baby, usually goes through some really traumatic birth story with the child most of the time, and then everyone worries about the baby. But really the mother needs to be able to be in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, energetically, spiritually, and supported to support this little being, because she knows what to do. And we lose that respect for the mother, and we've lost that honoring of her. And so this whole journey is so sacred and so transformational that I'm really trying to shed more light on that in my work, in my
Yeah,
life.
good on you, because honestly, it's something that you're right. It has been lost. Everyone focuses on the child, and the mother's left out in the cold, as so to speak, and her needs and wants and desires are second to that of the child, and we need
Yeah.
to bring more focus onto the mother, because without a mother, there's no child. Basically, I mean, they're the ones that normally have the care of bringing up this little person. And it's important that you're right, that she's able to do that, without restriction.
Yeah, without, having postpartum depression, which is
Mm.
rise,
Yeah, I had it
so
3 times. I've got 3 kids. I had it 3 times. So it's
yeah,
really, but I mean, I didn't know I had it. And that's the worst part. And then I came crashing down when the kids were in their teens. And yeah, so it was it was a horrendous journey for me to get out of that. And I'm finally getting back onto a plane where I'm worthy of all the things and all the good things that happened to me. It just, yeah, it's been a really long journey for me.
mhm. I feel that, and this is, your story. Hearing this just fuels me more, because you're one of so many. And my first birth of my son was very much like that, and it really what reignited and sort of sparked this within me as well. So I feel you. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm happy you found your way and you're thriving now. And so many women out there often don't know that they have it, and they don't know what's
That's
wrong
true.
with them, and they're running around thinking that they're the worst mother, and then all this shame and guilt cycle comes
Oh, it's
in.
just
And
shoveled on them. You're not doing the right thing, and there's always somebody with an opinion, but it's like bum holes. Everyone has one.
yeah, exactly. Stink usually. So yeah, it's such a journey. We are expected to be so much, and we've really lost, I'll just keep saying it, being honored
Mm.
for being sacred portals, which is what we are, to bring human beings and souls into the world, which is what we do. So
Yeah, and if you can't survive in your personal life, how in God's name are you gonna survive in your business life? If trying to run a business and care for a child, unless you've got all your ducks in a row, mentally and physically, you're just not going to be able to do it.
no, you can't. And moms, I work a lot with women who raise their kids. They did all the quote unquote right things, and they're at a space in their life when I get on that first initial phone call with them, because they're inquiring about the program. This is such a common thing that I hear, and I just sit there and I go, oh my God, like almost every woman who gives birth experiences this, and we have to go through her birth trauma. Then we have to move through, losing this version of herself, this part of her life that she felt so amazing in. And we move through all of that in the program. So it's such a deeply sacred journey. I can't. explain the sacredness of moving from maiden to mother. And then we have to go through another phase that's usually not honored, and we're given some pills, which is called premenopausal. But this is a sacred time, a spiritual like awakening for a woman, one of the most empowering times, but when a time when we relive all of our birth trauma again. So then we have to move through it again with no actual support of anybody who truly understands that. And then we move into the crone phase, which is when we don't bleed for 13 months and we move into our most ancient and wise self. Again, like I could speak on this forever, but this
Yeah.
is
Well, I'm in the crone stage, so
bless you. That's you lost the honoring of the crone in the world. Like she's such an embodied, powerful person, being in the on the planet, who gives so much wisdom and is essentially a portal for so much light.
yeah, I'm about to be a grandmother in a couple of months. My first grandchild, so I'm so excited.
Congratulations. That's going to be such a beautiful healing
Yes,
experience, I think.
I believe so. Natalie, you've explained to us where we can find you, which is on Instagram. We've discussed about you writing a book, which you must do because obviously the universe wants you to. We've discussed about your programs. So what words of wisdom would you like to share with our audience today?
Oh my gosh. Let me think here. What do I want to say? I think just continue to follow that calling. There is usually women feel this call, this pull in a direction of something they need to do or something is missing. Keep following that urge. Reach out for help if you feel you need it, and get the support that you deserve, that you're really worthy of, because truly are magical beings, and you can be successful and create any life, any business that you really truly want. You just got to get into that driver's seat, and it's possible for you, for me, for anybody. So yeah, keep believing in yourself.
That's it. Well, very lovely words and very wise words as well.
Mhm.
Natalie, thank you so much. It's been an experience and I've absolutely enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you, Rose, for having me. I appreciate it.
You've been listening to Talking with the Experts, hosted by Rose Davidson. Make sure you have a look at our back catalogue over at talkingwiththeexperts.com. And be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss out on any episode. We look forward to your company next time. Talking with the Experts.